the prophecy has come to fruition, man. And I'm gonna have to say this is so on my note earlier about it's gonna be 113 damn degrees out here in Portland, right? That craziness coincides with someone who is about to damn near challenge for the heavyweight title, going in main events back to back and going decision win and back to back fights for the top of the heap at heavyweight, bro. When does this happen? This never happens. And you go back and you think, oh, who are some other decision people or people who are associated with being long range or long duration fighters, decision fighters? And you might think like even like a Cain Velasquez, right? Well, I looked up his record. Dude's got like 2 decision wins, man. He's finishing damn near everybody. He just has a really great cardio. Ciryl Gane, very impressive, man. This dude did something that I have to say, AJ, is so impressive to me because he stood right in front of Volkov the whole time. It wasn't like I was out of distance. You can't, he's like, I'm standing right in front of you. I'm just way too fast. I'm going to stun you with speed. The phrase goes, man, speed kills. And we saw that on display with Ciryl Gane. Now, I only have one tiny critique, and I'd hate to critique it at all. But my question is this, AJ. Do you think Ciryl Gane, like, does he have the finishing capabilities at the top of the heavyweight division? Like, can he finish these guys, do you think?
It doesn't seem like it, does it? It doesn't seem like that's his game. Like, I'm sure he does. He's a heavyweight. He's, weighing in 240, 250 pounds. That dude cracks you once and a good solid crack, and he puts all, he sits on his shot. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he has I'm almost positive he has a KO power. But I don't think it's his fight style. I think he's fighting a little more like a Nate Diaz or somebody who's going to just come in there, point you up, make you really embarrass you in front of the cage and really demoralize you and then, get the decision win. Whereas I'm sure, I don't have his record up right now, but I'm sure he has some KO wins on there. He has to, but it's a very small pool. So maybe we might see it come out a little bit more later, but I definitely think his style is a lot more technical, a lot more well-rounded. And later on, it's going to be a little bit better for the longevity of his own career. Personally, that's what I think. Just being so that he's not really risking the firefights with these big dudes who can put you out in one shot. He's staying technical, staying fast, and dipping in and out. And he might have it, but I think it's just not his style of fights.
Well, he does have some KO wins, man. I think about it's like half of his wins are submission, or not half of them, but it's like a majority is submission and knockout, and then now he's got these 2 decision wins or whatever the case may be. 5 rounders. That's even more impressive because he's shown he can go the distance and still put it on you all 5 rounds, still bouncing around in rounds 4 and 5. But as the fight went on, he started to put it on Volkov. He started to really sit down and put real big flurries and combos, and I was like, no, don't do it, because all it takes is one from Volkov to put you away. I want to ask you about Volkov. What do you think happened with Alexander Volkov in this one? Because it seemed like his corner was like, bro, you need to let your right hand go. Just let your hands go in general. Just like, do you think he was like, okay, maybe it's not the power that I'm worried about, but every time I throw one and miss, I'm getting hit with 3 or 4. Do you think like that's what it was?
I wasn't sure, man, because I felt the exact same way. I'm like, what is this dude not doing? Because I talked about in the pre-show how we've seen a resurgence or a new birth of Alexander Volkov, where he came out mean, throws his hands like crazy, and really puts it to his opponents. And this one, he kind of had that look of a deer in the headlights. He was letting Ciryl Gane lead the dance, which sometimes, Alexander Volkov can do and do really well, but it just didn't work out for him. And I was thinking the whole time, too, I was like, what is this dude trying to accomplish here? Obviously he's trying to win the fight. That's a super objective. That's a big goal. But in those little chaos moments, he's really just kind of not doing anything. He was obviously doing something, but he's just kind of like sitting back and letting things happen to him. And you're right, he'd shoot out 1 and get hit with 4. And it's just a little more demoralizing when you think, all right, it always reminds me of that Cat Williams joke where he says, like, who hit me? He's like, that dude did like 8 times. He's like, nah, him. Yeah, that's the kind of what was going on right here, where Ciryl Gane is just pop, 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 pop. And then Alexander Volkov is just kind of like, what the hell just hit me? So
yeah, man, it was really interesting to see. The thing that stood out to me the most is that, like I said, Volkov, what he does in all of his fights, generally speaking, is he gets into the center of the cage and he takes over the center of the cage. That didn't happen. Ciryl Gane was walking him down, had Volkov's back against the fence the entire fight, and that's what was the most telling to me, is that this is a dude who, like I said, he has the crazy reach, he has all of that good stuff, he has the power, and he was getting walked down by a dude who was just in front of him, kick his calf, couple shots, blah, 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 blah. And I think the thing about Gane, what's so impressive about him is he can do everything. He can fight you on both sides of his orthodox or southpaw. You want to go all kicks? Well, he's a Muay Thai guy, so all right, let's go kicks. You want to go inside clinch work? All right, let's do it. However you want to fight it, he's going to fight it, and he's probably going to be better at you. You know what I'm saying? So it's ridiculous because this dude is now 9-0. He's gone 6-0 in the UFC, entering 3-0. Like, this is just something you never see, man. So he may be fighting for the title next. And like I said, we will be talking about that in just one moment. But ultimately, he outstruck Volkov 111-91. And that patented front kick from Volkov, we saw it. It just didn't do much to Gane, man. We saw it. He was touching him with that teep to the belly, but didn't do much. You know what I mean? Gane, he could take a punch, man. It's interesting to see.
And I think Gane played that smart, where he knew Alexander Volkov's biggest advantage was the reach and the distance. And instead of letting him get some pop at the end of his shots, he was just stuffing him. So he'd only have, like, that teep kick was only hitting with a bend in the knee instead of an actual snap. So Gane, game plan, man, he was killing it.
Thing of beauty, man. Thing of beauty. And it's kind of like that Tim Means, right? Smother him. Don't let him use his weapons. Don't let him hit you on the ends. Let me just get you. You're going to fight my fight. And that's what it was again. Ciryl Gane said, you're fighting my fight, not the other way around. This is a dude who, even though he was the betting favorite, dude, there was, in terms of just fan voting, Volkov was clearly the favorite. Everyone thought Gane was, this is the same thing that happened in the, I think it was the JDS fight. I was like, there's no way this dude beats JDS. Puts him away, right? The next fight, there's no way this dude beats this guy. Puts him away. Next fight, it's just going to keep happening until this dude's the champ, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is a specimen. He's something we've never seen before. Super impressive win by Ciryl Gane, man. Gamin, number 3, potentially going to be up to number 2 or number 1. We'll see how they play in the UFC rankings. I don't think he should move at all because Volkov is behind him in the rankings, but you know how it goes, man.